As of today, Bulbapedia claims Gen 6 has the first and only future reference to a Pokemon game, where an NPC gives the player a strange souvenir, this referencing the Alola region. But is that true? Is that the only future reference we have for a Pokemon game? Hi, I'm Officer Jazzy. Let's explore this together. A few weeks ago, I was playing Pokémon Emerald. I had just completed a Pokémon contest, and I was showing my viewers the Lily Cove Museum. As an art lover, I always found the Lily Cove Museum a unique and fun completionist part of the Gen 3 games, and I noticed not many PokeTubers spend time there. So I was walking around, and as I was walking around, this happened. I can't remember, can you actually see them? It's an odd landscape with bizarre and fantastic scenery. If you've played the 4th generation games, does that look a little bit like the Distortion World to you? I think that's an Easter egg for the Distortion World. I never noticed that before, but I have been watching Purple Cliff and Moxie 2D. I've been watching them do platinum randomizers, and that just reminds me of. That just reminded me of the Distortion World. Yeah, this discovery had me floored. I looked at all the fan websites, I tried to do some research on these Lily Cove paintings to see if anyone else had found anything about this. Literally no one else had made this connection before. So I did my own research, and here's what I found. In the Hoenn region, there is a city called Lily Cove. There are a few tourist attractions, such as the department store, the lighthouse, and the contest halls. But today, we're looking at the Lily Cove Museum. The Lily Cove Museum has several paintings and sculptures, but there are only 3 pieces of art we are looking at today: the odd landscape, the legendary Pokemon, and the stone tablet. The odd landscape has this description. It's an odd landscape with bizarre and fantastic scenery. The color scheme appears to show a depiction of the Distortion World. The dark blue background with the reddish-orange patches of earth. Seriously, how no one has picked up on this before, I have no idea. This can even be confirmed in the ORAS version of this painting, as it blatantly depicts Giratina in a more artistic representation in its home, the Distortion World. This painting shows 3 figures, 1 yellow, 1 blue, and 1 pink. However, the description has this to say: it's a painting of a legendary Pokemon from long ago. The artist painted this from imagination. So only 1 Pokemon is supposed to be referenced here. If you look closely enough, the color, and more importantly, the outline of the yellow figure appears to be Arceus. In the ORAS version of this painting, it clearly shows Arceus in an ethereal background. Then why is there a pink and a blue figure? If it's 1 legendary Pokemon, why is there no scenery? To be honest, I have no idea. Who knows what the other 2 figures are? My personal guess is that these 2 figures represent Palkia and Dialga, but they are certainly not as defined as the yellow figure. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. Now stay with me here on this last piece of art. It does count as a reference to the Diamond and Pearl games, but this one can also reference a Pokemon movie. Let me explain. The stone tablet has this description. It's a huge stone tablet inscribed with Pokemon and dense text in the small characters of an ancient, unreadable language. The ORAS version of this tablet is exactly the same. As you can see, there are no changes to this tablet, like the changes to the odd landscape and the legendary Pokémon. The Pokémon figure here does not seem to match up to any Gen 1, Gen 2, or Gen 3 Pokémon. I propose that this figure is a Lucario. And not just any Lucario, Sir Aaron's Lucario. It would make sense in the game world since Sir Aaron and his Lucario came from a time before the modern era of these Pokémon games. But does it add up in the real world? Ruby and Sapphire were released in 2002 in Japan and 2003 worldwide. Fire Red and Leaf Green were released everywhere throughout 2004. Emerald was released in 2004 in Japan and 2005 worldwide. Lucario and the Mystery of Mew premiered in 2005 in Japan and 2006 worldwide. But Jazzy, the movie couldn't have been referenced in the game because the movie came out after Emerald. Let's take a look at how animated movies are made, shall we? Links to all my research are included in the description, by the way. According to a Film Connection article I read, animated movies take about 4 to 7 years to make. So let's assume it took 4 years to plan, write the script, animate, record voices, and edit the whole thing, plus marketing the product before release. That compares the release date of July 2005 to a proposed production start date of about July 2001. The only reference I have for how long it took the Gen 3 games to be developed and released was this article from Hardcore Gamer about re-released game development in the Pokémon games. Quote, "It took Game Freak 6 years to release Pokémon Fire Red and Leaf Green. But even though the remakes took a while to come out, there were new generations in between. It took 1 year and 2 months from Ruby and Sapphire to Fire Red and Leaf Green." We can assume planning for Fire Red Leaf Green started in 1999. Actual game creation for Fire Red and Leaf Green might have started in 2002, soon after the release of Gold and Silver. And as we all know, Ruby and Sapphire came out first, so we can assume production for these games started in 2000 or 2001. The same proposed starting time as the production of the Lucario movie. Coincidence? I don't think so. Maybe these discoveries are a stretch. Maybe I'm seeing things past what they really are. To tell you the truth, I might not believe these are actual Easter eggs, except for the fact that Junichi Masuda in a 2017 interview with Game Informer pointed out the following. The games, meaning Ruby and Sapphire, were meant to be the starting line for the next few Pokemon games. It was a very stressful project for sure, Masuda says. When we were first developing it, I had the idea in mind that it would be Ruby and Sapphire, and then the next games, including the titles, would be Diamond and Pearl. And in between we would do the remakes, Fire Red and Leaf Green, so we could create this structure where you could take the Pokemon from the Kanto region to the Diamond and Pearl games. Masuda himself admitted that Diamond and Pearl were planned during the production of Ruby and Sapphire. He even admits that during this period of time in the Pokemon franchise, Pokemon was at an all-time low. I remember, I was there. It was not popular to be a fan of Pokemon in the early 2000s. And for years, I hid my love of the franchise so I wouldn't be ridiculed. Because kids are mean. So, I like to think that Masuda sprinkled some hope in these games. These little Easter eggs were meant to show the Gen 3 player that Hoenn was not the last region. That even though Elite Four member Glacia wasn't from Hoenn, and the region is not specified, she comes from a future region. One that soon would come alive. Thank you, Junichi Masuda, for not giving up on the Pokemon franchise. Today, your Gen 3 games are classic Pokemon canon, and pave the way for more regions, more trainers, and more pocket monsters. Thank you. Tell me what you think of these references, whether you agree or disagree, and then check out my other content. I have plans for various forms of Pokemon entertainment. But for right now, I'm on a master quest to collect all 386 Pokemon characters in the Hoenn, Kanto, and Aura regions. It's a long process, but we'll get there, one step at a time. I hope you'll come with me. Thank you for watching. Catch you later.